Hey everybody, how's it going? In today's video, let's wrap up a bonus series that you'll find in Season 1 of Road Collection called Beautiful Beasts. Total rewards here, 74 gold, and the 31 that you see here is the final, the 100% completion reward. And the series does feature 3 different cars. McLaren 765 LT, Lamborghini Centenario LP 770-4, and the featured car really is Porsche 911 Turbo S, and that's also the only car that can 100% complete this series. So yeah, 17 tiers down, just one final tier to go. So without further ado, let's hop in. We'll start with elimination at Dubai International Circuit. And here are the 3 cars. The featured car in the center. As you can see, when it's maxed out, PR 92.2. To the left, we got McLaren. PR 83.5. Spec-wise, pretty similar to Porsche, as you can see. 1.6 G for both cars and 373 kph for both cars in terms of top speed. But where Porsche excels is in the other 2 specs, the acceleration and braking distance, as you can see here. Now, where does Lambo fit in? Kind of in the middle. Faster top speed, better grip by just a little bit, but in comparison to the other 2 cars, much longer braking distance, as you can see, 26.5 meters, and that does, I guess, significantly dampen how much of a top speed you're gonna get, because you're gonna have to start braking earlier, you know what I mean? And also the slower acceleration compared to Porsche, but still faster than McLaren. And that may have something to do with the fact that maybe it's the 4-wheel drive. As you can see, midship engine versus the rear-mounted engine here for Porsche. And yeah, they're all sports car class or class S. Anyway, how about we start with elimination with McLaren. We'll take all 3 cars for a spin and see how we fare. So elimination should be pretty straightforward. We got Porsche, a couple of maybe 3 Porsches in the grid, 1 in the front, couple scattered in the middle, and I see a lot of McLarens. The brioche, the white McLaren. Do we have any Centenarios in this grid? I didn't see any. Yeah, it's all Porsche and McLarens. What do you know? Colorful display, which is kind of nice. With a couple of orange McLarens in the front. Soon to be a black one. There we go. All right. That was the second elimination, wasn't it? So 5 more to go. That is minute 20 seconds. Now down to more like minute 4 seconds. Or now it's minute 20. Never mind. 4 times 20 seconds. Right. Math. All right. So, as expected, pretty straightforward race. Mostly racing against flag bots. It's generally less headache. We'll see how it goes when we get to the endurance race, because some TSM bots can set a pretty high distance marker target. It's, I believe, I think it's a Suzuka Grand Prix, so we shall see. Alright, just one more elimination to survive at this point. Alright. Nice healthy lead. There we go. Nice donut for the finish. Pick up a few racing dollars for the effort. And I guess there was, yeah, I guess there was one TSM bot in there, but elimination, not too bad. Cup also not too bad. Generally where the flag bots, or not flag bots, but the TSM bots may cause a bit of trouble is when you have something like endurance race, right? Sometimes Hunter can get a little messy too, but mostly endurance just ends up being sometimes very long race. So let's see what kind of target I end up with. So as mentioned earlier, Suzuka Grand Prix, and for this one, let's take Lambo for a spin and 31.4 kilometers. That's, I don't think, gonna be impossible. So we'll just give it a go, and let's find out what kind of a distance I can set in this Lambo here. All right, so we'll wind back a little bit at the beginning, just so we can take this race more or less flat out. And I'll pull back to about the little overhead banner. And let's see if that allows me enough time to maximize the 90-second timer. And, oh, this car's gonna be a little slippery in these S's. I can already feel it, although it had the higher grip. I don't quite have the confidence. Alright, so, and we should be getting, for completing each lap, somewhere close to like 30-second bonus, lap bonus, about there, because Silverstone is about like 27-28 second lap bonus, right? So Suzuka slightly longer than Silverstone, but comparable. So I expect the lap bonus time to be relatively comparable as well. Alright, so the goal here to maximize, I mean, you can just go flat out at the beginning and just not worry about like how much time left on the clock. Don't bother with any kind of clock management. Or you can slow down so you can maximize your overtakes. Every overtake, of course, gives us 10-second bonus. So you can kind of slow down and keep the pace, but that generally slows down your overall pace. I've had the best results by kind of either waiting at the beginning of the race, or what I just did here, which was go backwards, and instead of waiting, add a little bit of a different distance that way, while it's just, instead of just sitting there, and then you pretty much goes flat out from that point, like, you know, without worrying about how much time is left on the clock, because you're starting out with kind of a deficit in time, right? So, whoa, that's slippery. That's where that long braking distance is coming into kind of make a difference here. Not in a good way, So gotta watch out for the fact that this car does need a bit of a distance. Not like Koenigsegg's or Bugatti braking distance, but just not like the other two in the grid. The car does require a bit more of a planning. Right. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty close to maxing out the clock. Probably like 80 some seconds once we... Yeah, 84 seconds. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty well managed. And we're gonna try to keep going. I've lost track of how many laps I've done so far. But this is probably, let's see, 13 kilometers. So I should be in lap 4, I'm gonna say. And we need to hit 30 kilometers. So we probably need to put in another 4 laps or so. Or, yeah. Because this is lap 4, so we've done 3 laps. So about 8 laps, I think, is what we're gonna have to get through in order to claim the gold trophy. Let's see, we got a couple of opponents or overtake cars stacked up ahead. One got off track, and that looked like Lambo. Of course it's the Lambo that's gonna go off track, right? Alright, so 17 kilometers. We're a little bit past halfway point, and this will get us up to about just under 60 seconds of bonus, or the timer, and then a couple more. That's nice that we're seeing these cars to overtake showing up in pairs, so we're more or less getting 20 seconds. And another pair. So we shall see. And eventually it's gonna dry up, because I'm not doing a infinite race here. I don't know, is it even possible to do infinite race at Suzuka? I don't think so. Alright, another couple of cars to overtake. Actually 3. You saw, if you're looking at the mini map, you can kind of see some of the cars up ahead. Alright, so that looks like another Lambo, and then of course it goes off track, and Porsche. That was messy. The bot going off track apparently took a bit of a toll on my device's processing power. Kind of had a little bit of a lag, which caused me to make it difficult to steer when the screen gets laggy, right? Alright, so we're up to 23 kilometers and lap 5. Okay, maybe we just need to go a couple of more laps, and then we got... Alright, another Lambo. A couple more overtakes to make here. Alright, we're up to just under 60 seconds back on there. Yeah, getting a little laggy, glitchy. Alright, red Porsche up ahead. I think we got this. Right. The more or less flat out sector. We should have a higher speed to overtake. There we go. And alright. So if if we finish this lap, I think we should have enough just on the bonus lap alone that we should be able to, bonus time alone, that we should be able to hit the distance. I don't know. Yeah, we can just make it past, and then 28 seconds should get me enough time to make it past a couple of more kilometers. Maybe I can make one more overtake this white Porsche, because that will get me the win that I need here. Alright, there we go. So just under 20 seconds left on the clock. And let's see. Could we secure the win? 31.5 is what we need to hit. Just enough. Whew, that is close. Alright. 31.7? 7.1? Do we have 7.2? Yep, just 31.72 kilometers. Alright, so yeah, there you go. That was a decent run. Not perfect by any stretch of imagination, but good enough to secure a win, which is really all we're concerned about here. Pick up a few more fame points. Not bad, 4,000 and change. And now you show up. All right, cool. And yeah, the top distance was set by... Is there anybody in the grid? Certainly, I'm the only one with the Lambo to set the distance. Not a popular car for this event, huh? Only a flag bot at the bottom of the grid is set by Centenario. What's with that? Where's Lambo love, man? Alright. Apparently. Yeah, I guess, what was it? About 7 laps, right? 6.5 lap at Suzuka does put the car in critical condition. So we'll throw it in for service, which is fine. We're kind of done with the car for the time being, at least for this series. And that brings us to the final cup race at Daytona road course. PR 90.9 required, and yeah, the other two cars, Lambo and McLaren, both kind of tap out in the low 80s, right? 83.8 for Lambo and 83.5 for McLaren. So Porsche, the sole survivor here, right? Only one that can make this meet this PR. By the way, mine is fully upgraded. However, if you just want to complete this series and just have the enough PR, 90.9, then what you need to do is you don't need to get you need a lot of upgrades, but you don't need to get the last gold upgrade on drivetrain and suspension. But all the other categories you pretty much have to max out. So that ends up being 5 upgrades on engine, just 3 on drivetrain, 5 max out on body, and 3 on suspension. But then all 4 upgrades on exhaust, all 3 upgrades on brakes, and also all 3 upgrades on tires and wheels, which will cost you a total of 858 gold and some 2.1 million racing dollars and change. Of course, this car does have, as you can see, in the right corner, top corner, it does have its own, what should we call it, the exclusive series as well. Now, it's a 6-lap Daytona race. Sure. Let's hire agent for double fame. See what that does, right? All right, without further ado, time to race. Of course, Daytona, it's going to be a rolling start. So here we go. Simply because there's so many Porsches, especially 911s in the game, I think most of us get pretty familiar with the handling of these cars. Oop, little bit of contact. We'll try to minimize the damage if we can help it. Try to keep it as clean. Nice overtake on the outside. So it's always nice to see a variety of cars in the grid. There's a white McLaren. I know, but Porsche is the only one that has the high enough PR to race in this race. Right, but once you win, you can come back to race with any of the cars, even if the other cars that you race does not have as high of a PR. The first time, the PR is more of a just like a locking the race until you unlock it by winning with a car that has high enough PR, right? But once it's unlocked, you can think of it as PR requirement going away. So you can race with any of the cars featured in the bonus series. And that applies for every bonus series, or pretty much every series in the game. So Daytona road course. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Anyway, as I was saying, a Daytona road course, tricky circuit. This is one of the harder circuits, at least for me. Difficult to assess. I know, after all these years. Still have difficult time assessing exactly where the breaking point's gonna be. Anyway, lap 2, we're in 6th place. Soon to be probably 5th through this chicane. I know there was a little bit of a contact in previous lap, but we'll overtake Lambo exiting, and that brings us up to P4. So yeah, Lambo with a higher top speed on this circuit like this one catches right up, but they'll have to brake earlier. No? Alright. And that will get us to P3 now. And we really have just the flag dots up ahead. Stay frosty. And that shouldn't give me that much trouble. Both of the top cars are kind of together. Alright, so yeah, whenever you're not in the front or top pack of the racing pack, right? And when you don't see the top of the grid, you get little concerns, like how far ahead these guys, you know? But seems like we got enough race left. We're about halfway through at the end of this cup, or this lap. So, and generally through these straights, bots will do perfectly fine. It's the corners that really is the true test, right? Because that's your opportunity that you have to seize to close the distance and eventually make your move to overtake. Oh, that was a good one. If I may so myself. If I may say so myself. And the results shows we caught up to the leaders. Stay Frosty Racing McLaren. And P1 looks like a gray Porsche. Figures. I wonder if it's TSM. I don't remember what I had in the grid Alright, so take over. Yep, it is TSM of sorts. But telling from the fact that it's not orange name, not one that I am friends with, I don't think. There we go. Outer chicane, perfect place to close the gap and eventually make your move to, in this case, claim the top seat here, front of the row. All right. I'm sure you could probably find a faster racing line, but you know, this is generally how I map out this circuit. So obviously before the rumble strip ends, I usually start braking because most cars takes a little bit of time to, and then here I brake a little bit earlier than I normally do. But yeah, the rumble strips on these corners, kind of a landmark that you can use for how soon you need to start braking, right? And this one, I generally have to just kind of eyeball it. There we go, and that one wasn't as good as the one of the slow car that I was lapping was in the way. I do not wish to crash if I don't have to. And that brings us to the final lap. Minute 22 for that lap. And then at the end of the shadow for this evening race, because there's a shadow casted into the first corner, is when I brake. But even if the shadow is not there, you can kind of tell by the lane marker. Should be smooth sailing. Ooh, Stay Frosty took over the TSM bot for P2 spot. Fascinating. A flag bot taking over TSM. It's unusual. You don't see that very often. Anyway, we will claim our victory soon. All right. So and then, yep, hop on that gas before. Maybe a little bit. I probably could have hopped back on the gas a little bit earlier, but if you're doing time trial, you generally want to stay as close to the skirt at the lower section of the circuit because, you know, outer. The game does consider it, I mean, physically, it is a longer distance, you know, further outside of the circular shape that you go, right? The larger diameter, right? So that means you're putting in more distance. It takes you longer to get through the same circuit. So in terms of when you're doing time trials, you just want to try at the bottom, to the inside. Anyway, with Natalia's help, we got double fame, 8,000 instead of 4,000 for those 6 laps here at Daytona Road Course. Minute 20 and change for the best lap, and Stay Frosty driving McLaren. Not too shabby. 1.2 or 1 minute 23 seconds in that car. And look at that. They all are in minute 23 for the best lap. That's remarkable, at least until P8. Then P9, things start to slow down. Yeah, then it's the slow bunch. But anyway, good 9-second lead or so at the end of the full race. Not bad. And yeah, 6 laps. When you do it clean, we still get left with like a single service bar here before it goes into critical condition. And yeah, since this car is featured in now exclusive series as well as another bonus series where this car is not the featured car, but it is there, so maybe yeah, we can use it in that other series. But for now, time to claim the rewards. All right, the final gold trophy, number 42. So here we go, 31 gold and 31,000 racing dollars. All right, 100% complete. So there we go, 100% complete. Another bonus series done. A few more gold to be had here. So thanks for tagging along for the ride, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take care.